Hey guys! Today I have a really awesome cake to share with you. I have made a Shopkins bag, complete with Melonie pips, Kooky and Lippy lipstick. This is part of a collaboration with a bunch of other YouTubers who are all making cool Shopkins creations as well. So be sure to check them out at the end of this video. But in the meantime, I'm going to get started on showing you exactly how to make this cool cake. So I have here some sponge cake. I've got 5 layers here and they're all 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Don't worry, I've left all of the details in the description box below as per usual. I've then gone ahead and made some of our sweet buttercream recipe. I've cut a cake plate down to size. I have a larger square cake board, a spatula and a scraper. First you need to fill your cake with the buttercream. Then do a nice light crumb coat. Pop it into the fridge for 15 minutes and then do a more solid coat of buttercream. Now if you want to see these steps in any more detail, be sure to check out our other videos. I've added the links below. And then I'm going to pop it onto a cake board. Once that's done, it's time to start getting prepped with our modelling chocolate. So I've made up some modelling chocolate in a gorgeous shade of purple. I've also got a bunch of other colours that I'm going to be using to create all of the little Shopkins that go along with this bag. You're going to need a large rolling pin, a pizza cutter, a multi-ribbon cutter if you have one, some sugar glue, floral tape, as well as some floral wire, a paintbrush, an X-Acto knife and a wire cutter. Now I make my own modelling chocolate and you can find a link to it in the description box below. Now my modelling chocolate has just been made this morning and coloured, so it's a little bit soft. So I'm going to roll it on some parchment paper. And that way I can pop it into the fridge for about 30 seconds to a minute and that will help make it nice and firm. It's really easy to work with chocolate panels if they're nice and set up. Coming along and measuring about 165 for the height. The cake is only at 145, but I want a little bit extra. Measure it in a few spots and then just join it together. And then measure just over 135 millimeters. Now place this against the cake. Just rub it until it attaches. And then make another panel just like it. Now I want the next two to be the same 165 height and about 115 millimeters wide. Now you just want to use the heat of your hands to join them together. Don't worry because we are going to have a stripe that goes over this. So now I've gone ahead and rolled out more of our modelling chocolate and I'm using a multi-ribbon cutter to just cut out various sizes. Now I have placed the modelling chocolate in the fridge, but this time only for 30 seconds because it does need to be a little bit more pliable. And I never start cutting right from the very back because otherwise it starts rolling up on itself. And then you can attach them with some sugar glue or water. The recipe for sugar glue can be found on our website and there's a link in the description. Press it against the cake and then chop it off with an X-Acto or craft knife. Now I want all of the sides to match so that the front and the back are the same. So I'm going to go ahead and apply one to one side and then the exact same one to the other. Now you can apply the sugar glue to the surface or to the piece. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with. And then work on the smaller sides. Now I want to bend the wire to make the handle. I'm going to take a piece of 20 gauge floral wire, wrap it around a small cookie cutter and then pull it back out. Once you've made 2 of those, you can just cut them down. Remember to keep them fairly long though, because they do need to go into the cake. And I'm going to use some parafilm just to wrap around this, just so that the end is not showing. And that way there's no metal directly going into the cake. Now I'm going to take some modelling chocolate and roll it into a long sausage. Break it into chunks that you can work with. And start wrapping it around the wire. Taper it to start again, join it up. And then you just do the same to the other. And then you're just going to pop it into the cake. The last thing I'm going to do is fold almost like a pretend little pretzel. You can see here it looks a bit like a pretzel. Turn it to the back. And I'm just going to place that right here to be the little knot. Now I've rolled out some blue modelling chocolate, very thin, and just fold them around so you can squeeze them. I've gone for some that are shorter, some that are taller. You just want lots of variety. And then you just want to place them into the cake. So now I have 3 bamboo skewers and I'm going to make my Shopkins. The first one I'm going to make is Melonie pips. So I'm going to start with a green section, give it a slight curve, grab 2 more and just roll them into balls and then just extend them so they're a bit like an oblong. I'm going to come around with a toothpick and just make 2 indentations to break her feet into 3 parts. And then apply a little bit of sugar glue and place that right there. Turn that over to the side. I'm going to take some pink. So I want to get it quite pointed. Use the heel of your hand and give it a gentle roll if you need to stretch it out. Now I'm going to add some sugar glue to the base and glue them together. Picking them up and placing it in your hand, you want to go ahead and take the skewer and press it through the entire thing all the way to very close to the top. And then we're going to place this entire thing into the fridge for about 30 seconds to let it set. Now I'm going to roll some little arms. I'm going to place down 2 little dots for cheeks, a little dot for a nose. And then with a toothpick, I'm just going to make a little hole in the mouth. I'm going to roll a little bit of black, placing it down and just patting it. The black is very, very sticky, so it should stick without any sugar glue. But if you need some, you can pop a little bit on there. And 2 very, very small little bits. Now I'm going to roll a ball and just pinch it to make it more like a teardrop. And the firmer your modelling chocolate is, the easier it is to do black. And now I'm going to place it back in the fridge to set for another minute. Now to make Lippy lipstick, I'm just going to roll a circle and give it a little squish. Now I've made 2 oblongs again, so add a little bit of sugar glue and pop that on. Now I'm going to flatten out a little circle that's going to go on top of this and then make some little teardrop shapes like I just did with our black. And we're going to make some little hearts. Now you can go ahead and do this all the way around, but I'm just going to do 3 near the front. Now I'm going to make some little arms and attach them on. Now taking some lemon, I'm going to roll a ball, flatten it out, add some sugar glue and pop that on top. Now I'm going to take some pink, roll a sausage, cut the top on an angle, But remember to fluff it back up again and pop that on top. Now I'm going to lay it down and insert the skewer all the way through the 3 colours. And take a little bit of teal, roll a sausage, keeping one section a little bit fat, make a couple of cuts, and that's her little brush. And pop this straight into the fridge to help that chill. Now I'm going to add some eyes, the same as last time, a little button nose. Now for the lips, I'm just going to take a little bit of icing, create a nice curve shape, and then swoop around at the bottom. Pick it up right where the middle is, and that way it'll be our line. And that is our Lippy lipstick. Now to make Kooky, I'm just going to roll some beige, flatten it out, cut out a little bit with our cookie cutter, just 3 little chomps. I'm going to roll some pink feet. And this time we're going to go around with a toothpick and make a slight indentation, just where the soles would be. And press that down. And then taking our wooden skewer and running it through. I'm going to roll some little arms. And then roll little chocolate brown balls to be our chocolate chips. Now for the eyes, I'm just going to make a little circle and then press it down. You can use a little cookie cutter if you like. Chop off not quite half and then give it a slight curve around your thumb. Add some little lashes, taking a little bit of white, just roll the ball and pop it on. A little cookie nose and a little mouth. Curling it. And lastly, a little dot of white for some teeth. And now all that's left to do is to pop them in the cake. And there you are, guys, we have our finished Shopkins cake, complete with all of our little Shopkins figurines. What I love about this is that it's all modelling chocolate, so it tastes amazing. You can pop this into the fridge. It's really easy to store a cake like this, and it's so fun to make all of these cute little guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out the rest of the Shopkins playlist here. You can see more cool cakes from us here. And remember to subscribe to our channel because we have videos on Tuesdays and Fridays.